my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow.
Yo, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? What's up, Tamale? What's up, Bearded? What's up, Gear? Crypto Backer, how you doing? Yes, I'm still short. JB, what's up, man? Jenna, good to see you. What's up, Magnum DeFi? Barb, what's up? I saw you joined Alex's Discord, man. Hell yeah. What's up, you bro? Almost good to see you. Alex, what's going on, man? Async, good to see you, brother. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Joey? Yeah, throw a 1 in the chat if you're short with me. Take profit of 122,800. Well, hey, there you go, man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? So you're talking about like this retested demand here. Yeah. Yeah, this was a little tricky short to get into because they didn't give you 5-minute here, right? So you had to be a little aware. Like they gave you 7-minute, they gave you 8-minute. But the real tell was on total. So on total, they gave you a really nice SFP break of structure bearish on total. So, and they haven't total hasn't broke back bullish on the 5-minute. That's why I'm still holding my short. Made a new low here. Highs up here now. But yeah, the nice break on total plus the 7 and 8-minute. Because we were looking at that area, right? We were looking at this area because it had the golden pocket and the confluence with this 4-hour order block. So when we got up there, I was really confused why we didn't have structure. So just went with that. But yeah, I was concerned about this barrier as well, but we were able to crack it. Looks like. I mean, we're on a 4-hour bear trend, right? So if we're gonna make a new low, we would generally expect to do it out of here, right? Because we already back tested the supply up here, right? So if we're gonna make a new low here, we would generally expect it to come in here, and we should be operating on the assumption that we are going to make a new low because of the bear trend. Okay, guys, cool. Well, looks like it's time to start here. So appreciate you guys all being here, and let's let me get rid of the timer here. Okay, so starting with the 4-hour. So we had the bearish break of structure here, or here, sorry. We closed below the range deviation here, indicating that we're probably going to get a move down. We've come back up to the 4-hour order block and the spider line. When we were entering here on the 8-minute, where we were losing the spider line here. I love when I can enter a trade and my stop loss is protected by a spider line. I love that. So we came back up, we rejected off the spider line, came down, and now we're falling. So we're piercing this demand here. You may want to watch for like an SFP of this low, but otherwise we're probably coming down into like the 122, 150 area. But we'll have to wait and see there. We just have to monitor structure on the way down. But generally, we would expect now a move back to the lows. The question is whether at 3 a.m. they're gonna like do one of these, right? And they're gonna just grab all the liquidity up here and then run it down. Very possible, right? So if you are in the short and you want to pay yourself here, it's like a 1.3 to 1 or something. So you take half out, it's a free trade. You can go to sleep not worrying about if you're gonna lose money or not. But yeah, I generally wouldn't put the stop to entry just because of the spider line here. So maybe, you know, like that. But you can make it a free trade by all means. But yeah, that's why, you know, you make a plan, you trade the plan, right? So we had this drawn out from yesterday that we were going to come up here and get some sort of break of structure out of this sell box. So it happens, you take the trade, right? It's a 5 risk to reward too, so lovely trade. Let's see. Wayne Mack, what's up, man? Can the pattern on total or most of the alts called as a cup and handle, this breaks bullish? I'm not really a pattern guy, but we can take a look at what you're talking about. Let me finish Bitcoin here and we'll take a look. You don't have all those time frames? Yeah, that'll be a problem. No, I mean, you can obviously trade without it. Like, you can look at, oh, you don't have 4 minute either, but yeah. It's just trend lines, Avanish. Yo, TF, good to see you, man. How you been, brother? 3 a.m. is the magic time. It certainly has been, right? Certainly has been. Let's talk about this morning. So, one thing I want to talk about. So, this bottom is not very pretty on Bitcoin here. But on total, it looked so much better. Like, I didn't really look at total until a little later in the day. And I wished I had. So, on total, we actually got a really nice bottoming structure here. So we got a SFP, and then we got a break of structure, right? So we got our JPAL pattern here, and then we came up, we got a perfect golden pocket retest, also a trend line retest, and then we made a new high. So you definitely would be watching this level on total. If this breaks, Bitcoin's probably going to run the bottom of the range, right? We're also coming into some support here. So we would be interested to see whether this holds or whether this breaks. If this breaks, yeah, I would watch out for this low below. But we had really nice bottoming structure here. The difference is on Bitcoin, this low didn't exist, right? So you didn't have like 1 hour structure or 30-minute structure. Whereas here, you did have a nice break of structure on some higher time frame targets. So just something to be aware of. Make sure you add, you know, checking total to your watch list. Because also, no, it also broke 4 hour. But it had like a SFP of this low here. Yeah, it had an 8 hour SFP of these lows here. But we are rejecting off of where we would expect to get a rejection, right? So we come back up, we test our previous supply area here, and then we got our JPAL out of this supply where we would expect to get rejected. Any questions on the short today or any of the Bitcoin TA or anything we've gone over so far? Oh yeah, let me check the cup and handle you're talking about here. You're talking about this thing? I mean, yeah, this just looks like, you know, we're ranging right on top of the previous range. Like a little Wyckoff thing. But yeah, I mean, you could probably, I mean, someone could probably say this is a cup and handle. I'm just really looking at structure. What I will say about total that I like is that total never got that daily bear break, right? So Bitcoin broke bearish on the daily, but whenever total came down, we never lost this low. So it had like a bear break. No, because it never broke this high. So it hasn't had a single bear break on the daily. So that might have been a clue when we came down to these like 786 that maybe we're going to pump, right? Also, we were talking about on the stream, looking at this level, this like 4.09 level. We had an alert there. So we actually, let me get these lines out of here. We actually back tested that level on the daily here. So we broke out, we back tested it. The problem is this ugly bearish engulfing candle here and then this rejection from supply. So the retest of the previous highs might not be enough. Might have to come down a little bit more, maybe just order block or something, but we'll see. Let's talk about retracement levels. Bro, Alex, I don't even have a professional mic, man. This is like a gaming headset. I have no idea. Definitely not as crispy, bro. What is the target for the short? Target for the short is 120, 600-ish. It's just making a new low on the 4 hour. And then you have like this spider line here that might bounce you, but I mean you can so it's like what we talked about yesterday, right? So when the 4 hour is bullish, if you're grabbing like a trade back to like a 4 hour week high, you can leave a runner because generally you expect a new low to happen. But the first, like the logical place to take profit is this low. So that's where I'm taking profit. But if you want to leave a runner, you can certainly leave a runner because we have these lower targets we were talking about yesterday. So we have like 118, which is just a retest of previous highs, right? So you get range, you initiate out of that range, you mitigate that range, and then you continue. So we'd be looking at here. But the special area that we marked is going to be this like 115 area. It's the golden pocket as well as a 4 hour order block as well as unmitigated demand. So you have a lot of support in this like 115 area. Also, it's like a psychological level, right? 115. But really, what you're looking for here is just for the 4 hour to break back bullish. Now, why are you looking for that? Because you have to identify your environment, right? And so your environment right now is your weekly is bullish, your daily is bullish, and your 4 hour is bearish, right? So you're waiting for your entry time frame to match up with your bias time frames. So when that 4 hour flips back bullish again, you're looking to get gig along, right? Gig along, and you're looking to ride the weekly impulse out of the range. Right? This is the formula for gains, right? You're waiting for the 4 hour to flip bullish to match the daily and the weekly to get gig along to ride the weekly impulse out of the range. That's what we're waiting on right now. And the lower we go, you know, just the more gains to the upside, right? But, right, we do have to wait for the 4 hour to break because I know you guys hate when I talk about this, but there is a possibility that this is it's a textbook possibility that this is a distribution model, right? Obviously, we have seasonality on our side, right? It makes most sense that we break out of the range, but it's just something to be aware of technically because of this break of structure here. It could be a distribution model, but what do we have that doesn't align with that? Total doesn't have a daily break of structure, so total looks a lot better. So really, this is probably just last chance pullback before we get out of the range. Okay. Cool. It does say special, dude. Yeah, I copied this from you, man. Just saved it from your layout. Music pumping. Yeah, dude. Instead of lo-fi, I went with some chill step. Is it too late to enter? I mean, this was the key level, and this was where the break of structure was. I mean, if you're I wouldn't short here, and I'll tell you why. Because you have 15-minute structural lows down here, down here, and you're at like your golden pocket on your 15-minute right now. You're also retesting previous demand. I would say yes, it's too late to enter this short, but I mean, you do have a break of structure here. It's internal, right? But yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, it's like Alex says, right? You want to trade the buns, not the hot dog, right? So yes. And magnets from time to time. Yeah. Shout out to Kyle for the magnets. So are we bullish, Julian? No, we are guilty until proven innocent right now. We are bullish on the weekly and the daily, but if you are trading and you are intraday trading or you're swing trading, right now you are it is guilty until proven innocent. You should expect all rallies to fail, and you should leave runners on shorts and take aggressive profits on longs. That will change when the 4-hour structure breaks. But right now, it's guilty until proven innocent. You like the hot dog? You like getting chopped up, dude? Nobody likes that. Yeah, of course, Joey. Yeah, expect rallies to fail. Okay, guys. If y'all want to look at some coins, or if there's any other questions on Bitcoin, yeah, no one likes to get chopped up. You guys can throw whatever coins you guys want to look at in the chat. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about this morning. So the long here. So I missed this long, but we were talking about yesterday how we had the 5-minute break of structure here, and then we came back to the golden pocket. I wanted to tap this. We just front ran it a little bit, which was disappointing. Then we broke structure again, and we came back to... It's all internal. And see, that's another thing I don't like, is your 15-minute high is all the way up here. Like, this is still bearish on the 15-minute, which is crazy. Which is another reason I expect them to pull this low. Total is the only thing that looks good, but yeah. This was just a golden pocket point of control bounce after the bullish break, but it's just 5-minute structure. That was the problem. That's why I missed this. If this had been like an external 15-minute break here and then came up, I would have had way less hesitation entering here. But I really didn't trust that we would even make it up here. So just a small call out. It's really, I didn't catch this, and I was watching it. So just a call out from my journaling and reflection. But yeah. Yes, Cuban is correct. Cuban is correct. CF says bet the farm. Well, CF is a great trader, so I'm sure there's a reason he's saying that, and I'm sure it's because we just broke daily structure and the weekly's bullish. Zcash again. Yeah, we can look at Zcash. Oh, dude, Solana was beautiful. You know what the tell was? Because I was journaling and reflecting on this. The tell was Sui. I'll get to Zcash in a second. So I was like looking back this morning, like, how did I miss this? Like, what could I have caught? And look at how beautiful this Sui bottom was. Like, 15-minute break of structure, comes back to the order block, off to the races. If Bitcoin had looked like this, I would have bought this all day. So just remember to check, like, I always check, like, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and Sui. This is a really, really beautiful bottom, and it's even retesting, like, support right now. But Sui was the tell this morning, at least for me. And then ETH was the tell for this second pump here. So ETH had this quadruple SFP here whenever we had this pullback this morning. So ETH pulls the high, SFPs it, comes down, and triple SFPs this. I was looking at like this candle. I regretted not longing that. Yeah. I was beating myself up for missing the longs today, so I was really dissecting it afterwards. But yeah. ETH and Sui were the catching up from the beginning. Good to see you, Kelly. Okay, yeah, Zcash. Let's check it out. Wow, perfect SFP on the 4-hour. Yeah, so many SFPs. Yeah, so you SFP the 4-hour and then it's just off to the races. Pretty overextended right now. However, are you already long, Joey? One second. Yeah, have a good one, Alex. God bless. Still have a runner? All right, you're chilling, Joey. If 170.66 breaks, oh, but you didn't pull this high. Let's see. What do I have for you? Yeah. So if you lose, I'll say this. If you lose 166.31, I would close your runner. Otherwise, I think you can probably come back to this high. Whether or not you initiate out of here or just SFP this, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I think you come back here. If you lose 166 though, I'd close your runner, especially if you're in from 133 or 137. Like that's great trade. Because the last thing you want to see is like Bitcoin roll over and then you give back all your gains. But yeah, I think you're fine as long as 166 doesn't break. I don't really have a trade for you up here, but I know you're already long, so just if 166 holds, you're fine. Of course. Okay. You're Sui? Yeah, we can check Sui. Let's see. Let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, so you get this bearish 4 hour break. You come back up to retest this range. Let's look at 1 hour. So if we're looking, how does this look? 30-minute. So we did reject off of this previous supply, and this supply is what led to this massive sell-off here. So it's definitely a significant level here. We are under bearish 4 hour. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we have this 30-minute order block here, kind of in the 786 golden pocket area. I would say this is a good area you're looking to pull back to. Now, what would we want to see here? So, let's see. So we did break 5-minute bearish here on Sui. If you were looking for where the short was, it was the retest back in after this 5-minute break. So really, we're just looking for the 5 minute to break bullish again. So if we come back down, I also like that this is right here. So if we come back down and set like a 5-minute break here, stop loss under the low, you could then target up here. The problem is, oh wait, we're under bearish 4 hour. Yeah, I would say you can take this trade, but you would just want to like aggressively take profit. Like if we come up and swipe this liquidity, I would TP 1 stop loss to entry, and then you can aim up here. The problem is it's just more likely than not that we fail. I also would really like an SFP of this high to then short it back down to the lows. And that would give us 15-minute structure that could break. If we come back up here, I still want to retest these lows if we can. It's hard to say on this. It's going to depend on what Bitcoin does. Let's see. Yeah, I can just give you the levels here. Let's pull some volume. So we're unable to hold the value area low. We're trying to hold the value area low. Yeah, I think you're chilling in your shorts unless we come back above 354. If we come back above 354, we'll break this downtrending momentum. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the range right now. I'd be looking for longs here, and then if we SFP the high and get like a 3-minute structure break, you can look for a short from the high here. That's all I really have for you on Sui. It's hard to say with what the 4-hour looks right now. To the moon, just make sure you go back and watch the beginning of the stream at the end. That's when we went over like everything important for Bitcoin. ENA? Yeah, we can look at ENA. Joey, I'm not the person to ask about the moons. Talk to Geeky, or talk to... I think Alex likes the moons. Man. ENA had a crazy run. And now, so we broke the 4-hour back bullish here. So we're still, did we pull the low? And then we SFP'd the low. So as long as ENA doesn't lose 56.78, it looks okay. We're kind of rolling over on the RSIs. We're getting a little gapped here, getting some pushback. It looks like we didn't quite tap the previous range here. I could see ENA SFPing this high. And then the question is if we break structure out of that. If we break structure out of that, we're probably coming back here, probably like 54. But if we can make a clean break past that, I mean, yeah, we could come up to 59 and we could come up to 60. Let's check what our 4-hour range is. So yeah, I could see us coming back to 60, but it's really going to depend. So what levels would we look for support on the way down? So this range right here would be the main area that I'd be looking on ENA. That would kind of stop out all of the liquidity on the way up. And if we could get, I would say a 15-minute. So if we end up falling and we can get a 15-minute break of structure out of this, then I would like to take that up to sweep these highs. I do see these highs getting swept because we haven't quite mitigated that. It looks like we bumped into like this range, but we haven't mitigated the upper range. So I do see these highs getting taken. Let's look at 5-minute. So we had a 5-minute bear break here. Now we're testing back in. Yeah, big rollover on Market Cipher here. Kind of trying to get some upward posturing. So to the upside, I would say you're looking for either a SFP of this high and then a failure to get short, or you're looking to come up to like 60, TP1 at 59.18. To the downside, and as long as this doesn't break, you're looking for these upward targets. If this breaks, you're likely looking to come back to like 54-ish. There's a lot of liquidity in these lows that can turn into fuel on the way down. But it doesn't look bad as long as 56.79 holds. What does ENA even do? I don't know, but shout out to Shout out to why am I drawing a blank right now? Oh, Crypto Kim for getting me long on ENA at 26 cents total G. Yeah, Jenna, thank you. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, correct. Oh, I did skip Soul. Let me go back to Soul for you, brother. So Soul had a nice bottom as well. So we sweep these lows. Man, Soul gave us a tell too. So these altcoins have been looking better lately. So we get the 15-minute bear break here, and then we golden pocket, and we just off to the races. So another way, another coin that gave you the bottom today. Beautiful. And then we come up to, yeah, pretty much supply. So all the coins are pretty much rejecting from supply that led to this big downward push. So yeah, so we reject from our sell box that we were aiming from down here. Then we come down and we reject from supply. It's not looking the best. Is 4-hour bearish on Souls? Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah, we already mitigated this. Let's look at 15. Yeah, so you lost 15-minute structure. Did you pull this? Yeah. Yeah, so you lose 15-minute when you lose these lows. So we just lost 15-minute. Soul is most likely coming back to 224. 224. What happens there is probably going to be your tell, right? So we either bounce off these highs at like 222.6. Like this would be the equivalent of like Bitcoin bouncing. But guys, we have to operate under the assumption, right? So we're under bearish 4 hours. So we should be treating this like it looks like this, right? So if Soul looks like this, you would be longing this all day, right? Range, initiate, mitigate, continue. Let's go, right? So just keep that in mind. Generally, we're targeting previous lows. So doesn't look the best. I would say your best hope is going to be this box right here. You want this box to hold, and you want to see like a 15-minute break out of here. Don't trust like a 5-minute or 3-minute break. You're just going to get sold off onto. But Cuban, you're usually more of a swing trader. You want to tell me what you're looking at on Soul? Yeah, I'll look at render again. That's fine. Stacks? Yeah, we can look at stacks. Alright, I hope that answered your question, Cuban. If not, hit me on Discord. I'll help you out. You're long from 220 to 84. Yeah, I mean, you're basically looking for your entry to hold. You're basically looking for your entry to hold. If you don't bounce from your entry here, I would say you're probably coming for these lows. I don't think I've ever looked at stacks. Oh, yes, I have. STX. Okay. Wait. Is that stacks? Okay. Oh, God. So this straight up, straight down. Downtrend on the weekly after losing these lows. Let's throw a lifetime VWAP on. Yeah, dude, this looks terrible, bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, really, like, an SFP of this low, maybe, but I wouldn't trade this thing. I mean, you at least want to see it come above 60, 70 cents if you're going to buy this at all. Right now, this just looks like a slow bleed. It's like underneath its lifetime VWAP. It's, yeah, this looks terrible, bro. Fart coin. It's been a while since I looked at fart coin. Okay. So we came back to this order block, got a little bit of a bounce here. So similar to other coins, we got this SFP break of structure on fart coin. We're retesting the range. I mean, this stuff looks bearish, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We didn't even make it here. I would have expected we would have made it here. Let's look at 15. Gave you a very nice bottom here. Very nice J-Pow here. Up we go. 15-minute low is like way down here though. Maybe this for a short. Did we pull this liquidity? Yeah, we did. Ooh, that might be sufficient. The middle of the range though, right? Like if we just take a fib here, we define our range, right? We're kind of right in the middle of the range. So if anything, I would say, I mean, you don't have the structure for it. Yeah, I would say no trade. No trade on Fartcoin. Macro on Fartcoin, I do like where we bounced from. Do we have any other unmitigated demand? I'm pretty sure this is the last one. Yeah, everything else has been mitigated on the way down. So it does make sense to bounce from here. It's just a question of whether they want to run this low one more time or whether Fartcoin might be dead, right? But we'll see. But yeah, you want to break the 4-hour back bullish if you want to be bullish on Fartcoin. So you want to come above 76 cents. It's kind of bouncing from a decision block right now. If it didn't pull this low, I'd say we're probably looking at SFE. Yeah. If they come pull this and then can get some traction up, I like that a lot better. No trade here. Co-AI. Alright, we'll do Co-AI and then we'll do SEI. And then we'll probably call it. I don't know what co-AI is, so if this looks absolutely terrible, I'm going to say it looks absolutely terrible, but we'll take a look. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it doesn't look terrible. It's going up, but this has like no history on it, man. You just press buy over the last 2 days and you're making money. There's not going to be much TA I can do on this. So the way you trade these coins, guys, is you're just going to follow the 15-minute structure until it ends. That's pretty much what you do, right? So when you're riding a pump here, right? So you form you break the 15-minute structure here. You form like a low and a high, and then you just grab your fib, right? And you're just trying to get in with your stop loss, yeah, like at the 0.5 with your stop loss below the low, and then you're leaving a runner. If you'll notice, like this whole move up, right? So you break your external 15-minute structure here, right? And then you haven't broke 15-minute structure all the way up, right? So you're just trying to find a safe place to enter, and then you're moving your stop loss up as it pumps, right? And then what happens is eventually you will get, like if you notice here, like the 15, like you can even see here, right? Like people just waited for the golden pocket. Like you put in a low, you come back to the golden pocket on your 15-minute structure, you leave it, it comes up, it forms a new high, keep moving your stop loss. And then eventually it will stop finding buyers and it will break the 15 and the floor will fall out. So get off the ride when that happens. Get off the ride. You don't want to be on it. You can zoom into like the 5-minute to ride a pump as well. I think there's I don't know if I've put that video out yet. There might be a video on my channel about how to ride pumps. I don't know if I've put that out yet. But yeah, you're just going to use market structure. And as long as the structure doesn't break, you're good. SFPs are great to get in. Very small risk. And then you just trail it up. I can't do TA for you on this. Like, I can't. It's just going up. Don't short it. I can tell you that. Just don't short this thing. Okay, let's look at SEI. All this TA on my chart's looking just like graffiti. That's okay. Okay, so we come back, we bounce from our unmitigated demand here. Ah, man, yeah. So you break your 4-hour bearish, and then you're this just looks like everything else. These charts, what is Bitcoin doing? Yeah, still falling. Be careful out there, guys. Trade safe. Make sure you're following structure. So you grab liquidity in these highs. So this looks like that snake dump that we were talking about, right? You come up, grab liquidity, and then you just dump. So be careful. Money's coming out pretty aggressively. You break your 15-minute structure here. I would say look for a 5-minute break here if you want to get long. You can't short here. The short was like up here. I'm sure you had a 5-minute break here. I can see it. But yeah, you're looking for a 5-minute bullish break here. And then you're trying to get to the 15-minute high. But keep in mind the 4 hours bearish, guys. Please have good risk management. Take half a position size. But yeah, it's like 28 cents sweeping these lows maybe. You could try to get some sort of bullish move if Bitcoin's going to be bullish. Otherwise, you're coming here. You're coming to 27.68. Now, where's the next place we could probably bounce at? So if we look at the daily here, I like here. If you're looking like more swing trade, longer term, I like 23 cents. I think if we end up losing the range that we're in right now, it makes sense to come down here, stop all of these guys out, and then make a run. So I'd be looking like 23 cents. Holding along since 26.90. I mean, you're in from the lows. I mean, if you're cool with round tripping it, just hold it. But yeah, I mean, it's possible we bounce from this golden pocket and maybe make a run. But I'll say this: if you get to 23 cents, any sort of like 1 hour structure break or 30-minute structure break down here, I would love. That would be awesome. All right, the short looks to be working out here. Just continue writing down. Make sure if you're going to bed with a trade open that you understand your risk or that you've taken your profit and you're leaving a runner. Yeah, make sure you understand your risk. But it looks good. Looks good for continuation down. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. Make sure you guys join Alexo's Discord in the description if you're not already part of it. Ring the bell, like the video. My name's Wave Cipher. Trade safe. Much love. Wave Cipher out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.